Hey guys, what's up? Lone Berserker here, and this is a Sub-Commander's battle. I did record this live, but it was way too chaotic and was not interesting, would not have been interesting to watch at all. So instead, here is the replay version. This is 4 versus 4, and the way we set this up is we had one person go spears and skirmishers, the next go swords, the third go cavalry, and the fourth went a mixture of all three as like a support type of faction. So for our team, we have Iceni as spears and skirmishers, Carthage as infantry, Parthia as cavalry, and me, Pontus, as just the support of whatever I wanted to bring, basically. And then for them, I think it's Aravaki is infantry, RDA is spears and archers, uh, cavalry is Swaby, and the mixture of support is Galatia. So I'll go through all the armies. This is actually an awesome matchup, like probably one of the best that I've seen. So for Iceni, he has Levi Freeman, Chosen Spearband, Spearband, Chosen Spearband, Chosen Spearband, Spearband, and then 3 Brent Slingers, then a Chariot, which was basically like our trap card, I guess. And so he's got, all in all, 2 Spearband, 3 Chosen Spearband, and 2 Levi Freeman. Now, you'll see a lot of 3s, like 3 of the same unit. The rules for this are max 3 of the same unit, and also max 3, minimum 3 skirmishers for this faction, or this player. And Carthage has 3 Gallic warriors, 3 Italians, 3 Scrutarii, and it looks like, oh wait a minute, actually, no. 3 Iberians, 2 Scrutarii. Then he has the 3 Italians and 3 Gallic, and he has a regular general. And your general, no matter what thing you're playing as, can be whatever you want. Now, Parthia did break the rules, but it was by accident, because he forgot it was max 3 at the save. So he has 4 Noble Horse Archers and a Royal Cataphract. That doesn't have too much of an effect on the game, I will say that. For me, I had 2 Eastern Spearmen, 1 Archer, 2 Slingers, 2 Hillmen, 2 Citizen Cav, a Noble Blood Cav, and a Pontic Royal Cav. Now, I'll try to go over their army, but it's their armies, but they're kind of scattered. So, Swaby had 3 Scout Riders, 3 Noble Riders. That was his army. RDA had an Illyrian Marine. Okay, hold up. 3 Marines. I think 3... Where are they? I know his general's a Noble Hublite. He's got to have at least 1 more of the Thrail Spears, and then he's got 2 slit. Hold up. Is that the same one? Looks like 2 Slave Slingers. But I want to say there's a 3rd, but I don't see one, so I don't really know his army. Now, Aravaki, though, he has... Okay. What? Come here. Dang it, I didn't see what that was. Well, he has a Painted Warrior, an Iberian Sword, 2 Scrutarii, and a Noble Fighter. Galatia, oh, he has another Scrutarii over there. I know for a fact Galatia has 2 Mercenary Cappadocians, 1 Legionary, and then I think he has 2 or 3 Skirmishers. So, and that is his army, and I think his general is a Noble Horse? So that is their armies and ours. This kind of has a slow start, but it gets really action-packed. So we kind of have a crappy start, though. I'll say that. We lose a Levi Freeman here to a Cappadocian. He doesn't finish it off. And I think it gets away. The Aravaki tried to follow up, but they weren't able to get there in time with their Scrutarii. He does get a Javelin volley off, but honestly, I think that's kind of a waste, as it was just on a crappy Levi Freeman that already got hit. So we had an opportunity here to get basically a kill on this Scrutarii, but we fumbled it completely. And you'll see what I mean. So the way we had this set up is I was sort of my own little flank, so I could operate by myself, as I had a mixture of just different units. And with the Stonehenge here, we really had our entire flank secured. So my position in the army was basically just to be used as a massive flank and either pull troops away from their army or assault their flank when they go in for an attack. Now, I will note, Swaby has a fast charge general, and that was basically our biggest problem. So as you can see, we don't end up getting that Scutarii. I think I tried to charge it here. Yeah, I think. As I had several people yelling in my ear telling me to go forward and charge it. I didn't want to, but... yeah. So I am going to go forward on the Scutarii here. And there are other troops, so there's another Slave Slinger, and there's the Illyria Noble Hoplite, and there's a Galatian Legionnaire. I do get a pretty good charge on it, and here are, what, a Cappadocian, the Cappadocian, the Noble Horse, the Levy Freeman, another Levy Freeman, a Celtic Slinger, and another Celtic Slinger. So that's the rest of Galatia there. So yeah, I do get a charge on the Scutarii. I killed 4 of them, but that was basically a waste of time. I lost 7 horses, so it wasn't worth it. It was a terrible exchange. Here comes a Noble Rider too. So you get pushed back. And you can see the way I'm set up here is completely away from my teammates, almost. That was basically the best position for me because I didn't want to just throw my troops across our front line and act as just more infantry because we would just get clumped up then. And it wouldn't really work well for us. So I'm going to start targeting that Slave Slinger and also that Scutarii, I think it is. Yes. So those are basically the 2 units that I'm currently shooting at. I do get close to those so I can get some better shots on them. I aim for the Slave Slinger because I was hitting both units, so it made the most sense. And we're just sort of having a skirmish fight against the RDA. Now, our opponents, they wanted to rush us very quickly here, and we kind of knew that, so we were fully prepared. When we saw Aravaki moving forward, we were completely ready to just run away. And obviously you're going to when fighting against Fast Charge. You can actually see I've already killed 9, well, way more, 12 of those Scutarii. And that's the reason to bring the Eastern Archer. Where is it? Right there. In my opinion, it mixes your infantry up. Oh, by the way, here they go. I mean, it mixes your skirmishing force up when you have a mixture of slingers and archers. And it also kind of throws off your opponent as they're not expecting it. So, here they come. They viewed my flank as the weakest. I find that quite insulting, actually. I'm kidding. It was the weakest, honestly. It had Hillmen and Eastern Infantry as a front line. Or, Eastern Spearmen. So, Swaby's general fast charges us. I seen he does have 2 Chosen Spearmen caught up in here, but they're actually going to do pretty well. And I told them to retreat, and I'm through in the Eastern Spearmen. Getting tons of shots on there too, and we have the Noble Horse Archers helping us, so we're getting tons of arrows in there. And that was our greatest strength, actually, was our firepower. Now, I do lose a citizen up there. It was just too much to micro, and I ended up getting charged by 2 Cappadocians. But I did manage to save 1, and he'll just stay in the forest for the rest of the game. And I'm getting tons of shots on those Scutarii, so I'm losing a Hillman. Let me slow down. I'm losing a Hillman and an Eastern Spearman here, but this is perfectly fine. Because for 1, I'm buying us plenty of time. And 2, look at the kills I'm getting on these Scutarii and Illyrian Thraeospears. I probably should have been specifically focusing down the Scutarii because I could have got a ton more kills. But honestly, I hate Illyrian Thraeospears because of how cost effective they are, so those were my main targets. So you can see though, I seen he loses 1 Chosen Spearband. Kind of crappy, but like, what are we gonna do? We had to sacrifice something, and it was just in the front line, so it was our best bet. The Aravaki though gets the Scutarii caught up here, so he will lose that. Now we had a massive problem though with the enemy, and they had this huge flank. Galatia did at least had this huge flank of really good troops, and they could easily just pour down and come behind us. So that was definitely something we all had our eyes on the entire time. Over here, I charged the Thraeospear. You might be wondering why. Well, I actually don't go through with that. I only threw my javelins at him, and I got tons of kills too. You can see a bunch of recently dead Thraeospears. That was just a quick javelin volley I got off and then ran away. That is something that I tend to like to do. And I do get some good shots on him as he's running away. So he's going to take damage from that. Now one thing to note is the Aravaki are extremely vulnerable to arrows. So that is something we had to take advantage of. Now I go for a charge here on the Iberian Swordsman. I think I actually get hit pretty badly by my teammate there, which wasn't his fault, it was mine. I shouldn't have run into that because Parthia had that, and Parthia would have dealt with it just fine, but my general's fine, he lives. Now over here, I throw in the Noble Blood to pin them down, and I follow up with a Eastern Spearman and a Hillman. I will actually have a pretty good chance at winning that fight, considering I got the first charge off and I stopped them from charging my infantry. So that is kind of going in my favor. Iceni gets another Chosen Spearband caught out here, but this is actually useful, because this will expose all their troops, and this one unit of Chosen Spearband can just be used as a blocker. I was going to charge my Citizen Cavalry there, but I pull them back. And these two Levy Freemen will get absolutely destroyed by that. That was a nice javelin volley. And now let's get to the main fight, which is happening, and I'm missing all of it. So my flank is just kind of doing its own thing against the Aravaki and RDA. Suebi's general gets a nice charge on the Italians there. Another good charge. Well, actually, that Noble Rider, I think, is down to 23. I don't actually know where the unit is, but it's somewhere in this big grouping. Aravaki's Noble Fighters are heavily exposed, and they're getting shot by 3 Britain Slingers. Suebi just popped Pride. The Noble Horse is trying to assist the Aravaki in pushing Carthage back, but with the help of Iceni, he will be fine, and he should be able to deal with all this, considering they have a lot more troops here. This Chosen Spearband, as you can see, is just holding off all these units, and it will be able to do so until that Legionary comes in. That Legionary basically spelled doom for that unit. And as you can see, Parthia is doing great work and helping me, and now you can see Parthia is going to get around them with his 4 Noble Horse Archers, and he'll be able to do tons of damage with those Horse Archers there. But yeah, as you can see, my infantry is kind of falling apart here. They weren't meant to do anything special, but now it's mainly my archers and cavalry who need to do the work on this flank, so it's going to be kind of a kiting match for me. And I was pretty much up for that challenge. Now here, okay, here, Suebi had an opportunity to hit my archers, but if he did that, he would have been charged by 2 cav units, so he would have lost that unit. So instead of doing that, he's actually going to charge my Hillman and Eastern Spearmen. That was a good move there, and it's going to severely hurt them, so I'm immediately going to try to counter him. His general also just died, which was very crippling for Suebi. Yeah, his units were kind of... how do I say this? They had a small chance of rout, a very slim chance of actually routing because of that, but still, losing your general early on like that can be very devastating, and that cav unit did not get the kills that had the potential to. So this is the current battlefield right now, and this was extremely chaotic, guys. This was very hard to play, and we had to constantly worry about these Germanic scout riders. They were very frustrating to deal with. So you can see I'm going to get a good charge on there, but he is going to get a good charge on my infantry, so we were both charging, and we both actually caused these units to waver, but with the help of that Noble, they'll be able to, their team will be able to win that small fight. But I am going to get some good shots on that Hublete. And now, here come the chariots. So I see, okay, wait, this is hilarious. Did it happen yet? Yeah, it did. So, okay, so Iceni charged its chariots in. I missed it by like half a second, but Iceni charged its chariots in. They got hit by 1 javelin volley, and the unit at the front was the general. So the one guy that ended up dying in that chariot charge was Iceni's general. So he loses his general immediately, which really sucked. And you can see the javelin volley only killed 1 guy, but it was enough to kill the general. So yeah, there he goes. He just died. So he's going to use that chariot to go through here. The chariot ends up doing pretty well, actually, all things considering. This Scrutari, I should beat the hell out of those Levy Freemen quite easily. That Chosen Spearman got a nice javelin on that Legionary. And you can see my flank is sort of won at this point. Not really, but I still have a lot of skirmishers and cavalry, but I'm still also trying to fend off these scout riders. And I am trying to double team this Illyrian Marine, and there goes the chariot. But the chariot was worth it. It did get a lot of good kills, and you'll see just how many kills it got in the end. So at this point, we were noticing that our opponents did not have a lot of melee infantry left and just a bunch of spears. And we had a bunch of cavalry left and absolutely no infantry at all. Well, we have some, but very little, and the little that we have is quite crappy. So we kind of had a situation developing here. But I see this opportunity and I can't let it go. So I'm going to shoot as many of those Illyrian Hublites as I possibly can. Parthia is actually going to charge his Royal Cataphracts into them. They're going to take a lot of damage. I'm going to friendly fire Parthia quite a bit there. That was, oh my god, wow, holy crap. I killed like 30 Cataphracts there, oh my god. That was a huge mistake by me. Sorry, Parthia. That was terrible. Oh my gosh, that could have been game-changing right there. I actually almost just killed that cataphract. She's some crow. Well then. I accidentally pulled through here, by the way, and I paid dearly for it. I did not mean to. I had a target on the Noble Rider and I wasn't paying attention, so I ran through the Marines, but honestly I would have liked to actually stay in combat with them. And you can see here, my archers are going to get caught. Now they will survive. Well, no. Actually, both slingers break, and they die. Like, they're off the field completely. And the one archer ends up staying, but he only had, like, one volley left. So all my skirmishers were dead now, for the most part. So basically, at this point, we had Parthia carrying us. And we kind of just did whatever we could for support. I was very confident that I could take on what's left of RDA, but I paid dearly for even thinking that, because RDA spears are quite good at killing Cav. And without enough shot Cav, I didn't really have the means of actually finishing them off. Despite my best attempts, I ended up just wasting a bunch of men here. And as you can see, I actually genuinely thought I could take him out. And yeah, you can see there, I just lost my generals. That was stupid of me. But I still had hopes. I was like, I could definitely break these RDA spearmen. They're already wavering, and they're really hurt. But it just doesn't work. The Citizen Cav wasn't strong enough. So I tried to get everything out of there. I leave the archer behind. That was pretty upsetting and a big mistake by me. So at this point, we had one Galatian. Actually, I think Galatia's general just died, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Galatia's general did just in fact die. And RDA gets a very good javelin volley on our cavalry there and kills a ton of them. Actually brings that noble horse archer to yellow morale. And red morale. He actually almost killed that noble horse archer. At this point, though, as you can see, it's basically just RDA left with the majority of his crappy spears. We can fast forward it at this point. These sub-commander battles are honestly so fun. There is a Steam group. I don't think I'm in it. I might be. I should be. I think I am, actually. And it's hosted by Sol Invictus, so I will try and remember to leave the link. I'll probably forget. But basically, if you want to join it, just go to Sol Invictus' channel. You'll find the link somewhere in one of his videos. But or if you just want to look the group up, it's called Gathering Stones. It is definitely worth joining. These sub-commanders are very fun. So we just throw everything into this battle here because there wasn't much RDA could do. And we were all out of ammo. And there we go. So that is the end. We did manage to win that battle. Pretty close. But in the end, we came out on top. So I don't really know. I guess I'll just do it by faction. What is this called? Faction types? Infantry types? Whatever you want to call it. So Icenia's Chariot ended up getting 132 kills. It could have gotten more, but the fact that it did get that was really nice. And it did get some good and important kills there. Slinger's not doing bad at all. It shows in the Spearband, this unit is very, it kind of sucks. It's not bad, but it isn't the greatest. Obviously, Levy Freeman's Spearband, not that good. I don't know if the Spearband gained that chevron or was given it, but I suspect that it was gained. And if it was, then it killed something valuable. RDA's general doing quite bad, actually, only getting 54 kills. His skirmishers doing alright, considering they're just crappy slave slingers, and they're basically good at just dying. The Marines, though, getting a nice amount of kills. Quite good, actually, and one of the Illyrian Threo spears did pretty good. And we have infantry. Carthage's general getting 61 kills. Actually, that's not bad at all. One of the Gallic warriors did good, but the other two not so much. And one of the Italians did alright. Frickin' Scrutarii, 217 kills. That's a lot, especially for this unit size, not unit size, money scale. And the other Scrutarii did alright, and then one of the Iberian swords did pretty good. Aravaki's general did really nice. The Iberian sword not so much, but his painted ones and Scrutarii are doing all around pretty well, except for these two. But these three did really nice in terms of kills. Parthia's cavalry carrying us. So okay, so he did break the rules by bringing an extra horse archer. But the fact is, if that was an armored horse archer, that would have had absolutely no effect on the game. Yeah, it would have had less mass and less armor, but it wouldn't have changed the game enough for it to be a game-changing rule. And the host was perfectly fine with it. He wasn't upset or anything, because we did not intentionally cheat. We completely forgot. So his horse archers and Cataphract doing absolutely amazing, getting tons of kills. And Swaby's Noble Red is kind of underwhelmingly performed there, except for this one, but the other two not so much. This one did really nice though. And the Scout Red has got good kills actually. They did rout all of my skirmishers, so it was pretty good. And they were just annoying the whole game, and that's basically what they're really supposed to do. My general ended up doing really good. One Citizen Cav did pretty nice. The other one did absolutely freaking terrible. This Noble Blood Cav though got tons of kills, and my Eastern Archer did nice, and the Slingers did alright. And then obviously my infantry did absolutely crappy. And like I said, I love putting in like 2 Slingers and 2 Archers, because I think for one it throws off your opponents, and Eastern Archers do more damage than Eastern Slingers. Obviously they have less ammo, and they die significantly faster. And there are some downsides to taking Archers over Slingers, because you want the Slingers to just last longer. But if you're playing an Eastern faction, I definitely recommend bringing Archers and Slingers. And again, it can definitely throw off your opponent, especially if you're Parthian. You can bring those Parthian foot archers; those are really good. Galatia's general did alright. The Cappadocians did amazing, getting tons of kills there. The Slingers though did not get a lot of kills. The Galatian Legionnaire getting 200 kills, very nice. And actually, the Levy Freeman didn't do bad at all. Factions like Galatia and Swaby can be very deadly in this game mode. Subcommanders, because now is like their time to shine. It's low funds. They can bring their medium tier infantry, and you're not gonna face a lot of elite infantry in this, if any, except for like one. As you can see, like all of our generals were elite, but none of us actually had any real elite units except for Parthia. His entire army was elite. But and I guess that Sol Invictus did have 3 Noble Riders. Those are pretty elite, but you can see when it comes down to it, we all only had 1 like elite infantry, 1 elite unit. If you want to see the battle live, you can go watch it on Sol Invictus's channel. I'll try to remember to link it, but I highly doubt I'm going to. It's the same as his name. Just type in Sol Invictus and you'll find it right away. He does Rum 2 videos, and he streams a lot, I've noticed, and I've been watching them. So Sol Invictus, I never type anything in chat, but I am there. So that is going to be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.